Hi and welcome. I'm going to talk to you about another, I call it a GTD task manager. At one time, the people that made this program here called To Do didn't like to view the program as GTD at all, but they slowly gave in, and now that it's got the all-encompassing GTD inbox. So I want to talk to you about this program. I'm just going to put up Omnifocus here because this is what everybody likes to compare a GTD program to. There are three things about Omnifocus I'm not too knocked out by. I tend to like it, but one, it's not cross-platform, so it only runs in iOS and Mac, and I think really it needs to run in Android. Now it can run it in Android with a program called Focus GTD. Two, it doesn't support tags, and I think tags can be useful for sorting purposes. Three, it doesn't support the importance of a task. So this might be a level 1 task, this might be a 2, this might be a 3. So these are things that Omnifocus doesn't do, and it does a lot, but it doesn't do those things. And I find they're quite important, especially the cross-platform. The cross-platform is really, I think, going to be one of the next big trends. It already is becoming that. We're finding more and more applications on both environments, Windows, the Mac, and iOS and Android. I accidentally said Windows because normally at one time everybody used to think Windows, but Windows isn't. It really doesn't have a lot of traction especially in the mobile market. So this program's got good, solid mobile applications for iOS. They're brand new, and they're working on one for Android. So they're all going to look the same. The mobile applications look very similar to the desktop application. And your desktop application is, I find, rather nice to look at. The colors, the red, the black, high, medium, low, and no priority. It's just a way of sorting, and you know that if it's high, it probably needs attention fairly quickly. If it's starred, it puts it right at the top, and you're really telling yourself that you need to give this thing attention fast. To do is a fast program, so you can get things done very quickly on it. It supports projects, it supports lists, so what they call checklists, so you can have tasks, individual tasks, but of course more than one task in GTD becomes a project. So 2 tasks become a project. However, something like groceries might be a checklist, and this is kind of convenient and also very fast to just create. You don't have to put a lot. I've put a fair bit of information in here. I find it useful from a reference point of view if I go back and I want to know why I did something. So I do tend to put like a start date, start time, and a due time. That's when it should be completed by. We also have with To Do checklists. So it's just another parameter. Lists are very important in GTD. You throw everything into the in basket or the incoming bucket, so to speak, and then you process it and you move it to the kind of the proper list it's supposed to fit into. This program goes another step in the sense that it has tags, and tags can be thought of as context. Now, you could think in some ways as these lists as context, but tags can be thought of as context, and you can sort on tags, search on tags, and so if you want to narrow your search down to a certain tag, it's very easily done. In terms of sorting, lots of different ways of sorting, even manually, where you just move things to where you want them. So it's a very flexible program. The theory they started out with was it can be exactly what you want it to be, and but they really avoided the GTD logo or the GTD theory. They've kind of bought into it, but if you look at it fairly carefully, it can be as GTD as Omnifocus. The only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't support subtasks. So if I have a task, I can't have subtasks to the task. The reason they've done this is to keep it compatible with Mac programs and stuff like that, which don't support that kind of hierarchy because of iCloud. So it's not that they can't do it, it's just they want to keep it compatible. It's also a program that syncs with a variety of environments, so you can use Dropbox, you can use Fru, you can use a whole pile of variety of environments, iCloud, and it's again back to flexibility. Very flexible program, and that's what I like about it. It's flexible, it's fast, it's also kind of easy on the eyes. It's just pleasant to look at. The iOS version is the same thing. The Android version needs to be it's the old version prior to 2, and it works, but it needs to be brought up to date. It looks dated, but you'll see if you get it and you get Android, you'll see what it used to look like, and it was very, very functional. So in this video, I hope I've given you just a bit of a round picture of To-Do and what it offers, and really it offers everything in the kitchen sink. And you know, something like Things is it's always considered a nice complement to Omnifocus because it's so easy. But Things is almost too easy. You can't do a lot with it. To-Do can be very easy, but you can do an awful lot with it. Actually, you could have a steep learning curve if you get into doing a pile of stuff. So just thought I'd bring this forward as a video to give you a heads up on it. It's becoming more popular, it seems. It was popular back in the earlier days, kind of disappeared for a while, and now it's back up there and doing well on the Apple charts and stuff like that. So it might be worth you giving it a look, a glance, because there are a lot of options now for your task management, and you don't have to just think of like Omnifocus or even Todoist. Todoist is a great program, but might not be for everybody. So so that's To-Do, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.